I call this the season that never dies out of the Philadelphia Eagles as we win on Monday Night Football 28-13 against the Washington Redskins. We are 6-6 and we put ourselves in a position to go on Sunday into Dallas and try and tie up this division. Now when it comes to this football game, it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but what we had to do was win. We had to win. And Colt McCoy going down and putting in Mark Sanchez, it clearly was a little bit easier for us, let's say, than going up against an elite quarterback. But we can't control that. There were some points that we left on the table without a doubt. We got into the red zone. The 4th and 1 play call out of Doug Peterson when you take out Zach Ertz, you put Dallas Goedert in, and you run the football to Dallas Goedert's side and it gets blown up. I just don't understand why we're putting in a rookie tight end to try and block for us when we have a talent like Zach Ertz on the sideline. I thought that was a joke. Carson Wentz, that interception in the end zone to Alshon Jeffrey after putting together a beautiful drive. I mean, that's unacceptable. When you look at Carson Wentz as a whole, he threw over 300 yards, a couple touchdowns. Yeah, that's all great and dandy, but he needs to be better if we want to be successful down the road. There were many times where he missed his receivers. He definitely wasn't leading them. There were times where his feet weren't set, a 3rd and 3 late in the 4th quarter, later in the game, and we had to actually get off the field after that, and I think Carson Wentz needs to be better. I'm not going to crush him and say it was the worst football game you've ever seen him play, but I'm just trying to value, okay, if we're playing Dallas and that type of defense, those little key plays that we missed here and there, that's going to cost us. The touch wasn't there. He didn't have the touch on plays tonight, and I just know that's going to cost us against better football teams. We escaped with some mistakes in this due to the fact that this Redskins team is not very good, and I'm happy for that, but I just know we need to be better. What I loved, the play calling when it came to the balance of the offense, the run to the pass, we did a great job of balancing it, which opened up our playbook. The play action calls, they were very beneficial to this team. You could see that. People like Ertz were getting wide open. Golden Tate kind of broke out a little bit. Josh Adams continued his stretch. He ran for 85 yards. Golden Tate over 80. Ertz, we know what he does every single time. He actually got his 91st, he got more than that, but his 91st career reception this season. Not career reception, but 91st reception this season, which is a franchise record in 1 year. And there's still many games to go, may I add. But you also saw Nelson Aguilar and Jordan Matthews getting involved. Everyone seemed to get involved. Jason Kelce with a monster block on a Darren Sproles touchdown. I'm happy that this team won. It sucked I had to sit there through that Monday Night Football broadcast. It really was atrocious. But I'm happy the team won. When you look at the time of possession, we had 40 to their 20. We dominated the time of possession. It bothers me that we left points up on the board, but listen, we won 2 straight football games now, and we haven't done that throughout the entire season. I don't know what this team still has. I will admit that. I still do not know what this football team is, based off the fact that there's no real value to me in a Mark Sanchez football team. If your team is being led by Mark Sanchez, you're on your last straw. So I don't really know how to value this. I don't know what to expect going into Dallas. I know they have a phenomenal defense. I know their offense is kind of But what do we have? Do we have a phenomenal offense? Do we have a good defense? We held their offense to like 36 yards in the second half. But, they're just so bad. Did our defense really play well? We had an interception. Gary got an interception, and that's nice to see because we're starting to generate some turnovers, right? Brandon Graham getting to the quarterback, Fletcher Cox on the D-line. This defense was definitely allowing 3 and outs to occur, but it's Mark Sanchez. I can't stop saying that. It's Mark Sanchez. This guy literally stinks. I will say we started the game off hot, though. We looked like the 2017 Eagles. We just drove right downfield, and we scored a touchdown after Carson moving around with his legs a little bit and hitting Golden Tate in the back of the end zone. And then right after that, bang, we forced a 3 and out. That really looks like a 2017 Eagles formula. That was really nice to see, though, to see this team not get shut out in the first quarter. There was a little bit of some fluky play, I feel. After that, once the Mark Sanchez thing came in, like I'm talking the Adrian Peterson 90-yard touchdown. I mean, really, the missed tackles, the getting blocked so easily, that was tough to swallow. I mean, that's just what it is. It was really tough to swallow. At the end of the day, this is what I see out of the Eagles. They handled business. They handled business. They win a football game. 28-13. I wish they dominated a little bit more on the scoreboard, but they really did put drives together. What hurt them was not cashing in. The 4th and 1 that got blown up. Doug also had a horrendous 3rd and 4 call in the first quarter, and he ran it with Darren Sproles, and that play went nowhere. I think there were some questionable play callings with Doug. I mean, that's what we get a lot of weeks now. He used his timeouts late in the first half, thinking we would get the football back, but what ended up happening was it really stopped the clock for the Redskins to kick a field goal to make it 14-13. Jim Schwartz continued to play really, really, really soft coverage. Do I keep complaining at this point? It's the same thing week and week and week and week and week and week and week in. It's the same thing. So am I going to keep complaining every single week? Probably, but I hate it. I hate the way we play defense sometimes. I really do. What I liked about it, we win and put ourselves in a position to compete for the top of the NFC East next week. Is that fair? That's fair. Tim Jernigan did leave this football game with back spasms, and also Jason Peters left with some sort of ankle injury really late in this game. So that's a little bit concerning, but I mean, we've been battling injuries just like every other NFL team all season long at this point. I still don't know the identity of this team, but I am proud that we are continuing to run the football because it's helping us sustain drives, keep the ball in our hands, take the other offenses and put them on the bench. It's helping us open up the playbook more, and this offense is flowing. I'll say that. The offense is starting to get some momentum. They're looking better. There's some chunk plays. Carson does need to be a little bit more efficient here. He needs to hit those deeper plays. He needs to have better touch on those long balls. He needs to set his feet on some throws if we want to beat the Dallas Cowboys and beat that type of defense, because you're almost going to have to be perfect because Van Der Esch is going to be there. Or this offensive line is going to have to continue to keep Carson upright because they have a better pass rush. But I'm happy. 28-13 victory, I'm happy. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.